Hello and welcome to the Criticulus. I'm the Monk, and today we're kind of doing like a revisit to Fallout 76. Now, it's never really officially been on my channel before, but I played it rather extensively upon release. Now, Fallout 76 is an online action role-playing game meant to be a prequel to all previous entries. Now, this is the first, however, to be a online multiplayer game, but in which is very familiar, where players explore the open world which has been shattered and torn apart by a nuclear war. Fallout 76 was both published and developed by Bethesda. It is currently on the PlayStation, the Xbox and PC. It will actually set you back at around £10 now. Now, when this game first launched, it was a AAA rated game. This game cost me about 70 quid. It's been out for 2 years now, maybe a little bit over 2 years. And of course, it is now on Game Pass, much like all other Bethesda things as well, to be fair. So for people on the Xbox, playing it Game Pass wise, it's probably going to be definitely worth picking up. And honestly, considering it's only £10, this game is probably worth picking up no matter what you're on. Now, admittedly, when this game released, 76 wasn't the smoothest of running games, shall we say. It had massive problems, massive bugs, especially towards end-game content. It was dreadful. But it was a good game. I mean, this game, it's meant to be around a Fallout franchise. It has many familiar elements to Fallout. If you've played any Fallout game before, you will know what you're in. It has very familiar music and artwork. All of the weapons and the armor is, again, very familiar, straight out of textbooks from Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that. This game was missing NPCs when it first released, which was a massive shame. It was also missing a few other little things, a few other things that we were all very familiar with. And we expected to see as well. Fallout isn't one of the games that we all were dying to have as a multiplayer. So when we actually got it, we wasn't exactly sure what we was going to get, but what we did get, we wasn't exactly happy with. And this video game was in the press for a very long time. It was a hugely disappointing game, but after a couple of years now of hard development from Bethesda, they have changed this game around. I feel, I've recently put some time back into it. They finally added NPCs. They've just added Still Dawn was probably the latest entry that they've added. Still Dawn is the first chapter in the new Brotherhood of Steel questline, where they added more NPCs, more weapons, more armor, and it was free for all players as well. Now, I'm not going to sing this game's praises. Honestly, I can't. They have done too many things within this game that, I can never be, or it can never be justified. Just like the fact that you can't have storage. Storage was a massive, massive issue when this game first launched. You were supposed to... These games, for me personally, I loved going around Fallout games and collecting everything I could possibly imagine. I was one of those sad people that would have a room where I'd arrange all of my gear as well, put it on show, all of my cigarette boxes, all of my rifles, all this sort of thing. I honestly took a great deal of pleasure out of doing it, and to going around the whole of the wasteland and gathering it all. I understand you couldn't exactly do that in this game, it being a multiplayer game, other people coming in. There was PvP elements in, so I understand you couldn't exactly do that. They did bring the build in, however, from Fallout 4, which was nice. But it was the storage that was the problem. Now, they brought the building in, so I really couldn't see why you couldn't at least put all your stuff in a box. But they said it was massively to do with memory and stuff like that. It just made the game lag out too much. And it's a real shame. It's something that never really got fixed. Now, they say that's the reason why we never got unlimited storage, was because it made the game lag out too much. But then, after months and months and months of people pestering for it, they finally allowed you to have unlimited storage. However, it wasn't for free. You had to pay for those rights, which again, was a massive money grab. Unfortunately, Fallout 76 and Bethesda, they have done some huge money grabs during the history of this game and the life cycle of this game. You can even get private servers now, but again, to get a private server, you again have to pay an extortionate amount of money. We're not talking about a little bit as well, we're talking about a lot of money, which quite frankly just isn't worth it. Unfortunately, this has gone into a bit of a rant and a bit of a, downward spiral for Fallout 76. And, I didn't mean it to turn out that way. Unfortunately, I played this game when it very first released. I was expecting a lot from it. I didn't get it. I've been away from the game now for quite a long time. Like I said, I've recently jumped back into it. Had a little bit of fun. The NPCs are a really, really good addition to this game. I honestly don't think that NPCs they should have been in the game from the very start. That's for sure. And they have done a huge. I think they've really increased the amount of storage that the game allows you to have, at least from the initial launch. They have tried to give you more storage. Like I said, you can buy more storage as well, but there's quest lines into it. Have like a backpack, you can have special power armor, which increases your weight. Of course, the actual storage box you get in the game now has increased as well, which is quite nice. And so they have made, some real effort to make this game bigger and better than it was upon release, which is really nice. And the game does actually work now, which again is really nice. Like I said, when I very first started playing this game, at least end game content, you would move down to like 1 frame per second. It was broken. It was bad. But the end game content isn't too bad now. It works pretty smoothly. This game actually runs as it was intended now as well, which is really nice to see. It's really nice to see this game, how it has changed over the years. Like I said, I was away from this game for quite a significant amount of time. So I'm actually able to now appreciate the time that they've put in to make this game what it is today. And I'm glad they have, because I love the Fallout franchise, and I hear that Fallout 5 is actually going to be coming out as well, so that would also be a plus. Anyway, I'm going to give Fallout 76 an overview score of 6 out of 10. Now, I would like to give it a slightly better score, but I think considering everything involved, it still can't even get a point on price, just because there's other cash grabs within this game, which for me it doesn't compute. But if you have got a spare tenner and you like the Fallout games, then I would give this game a go, honestly. If you haven't played this game before, it is worth picking up. You will spend a lot of hours in this game. This isn't a short game by any slight imagination at all. This is a massive game with lots and lots of things to do, lots of boss fights, lots of dungeon crawling, loads of different variety of enemies as well to do. There's lots of different quest lines, and they're adding more quest lines into this game as well. And it's nice to see that the Brotherhood of Steel is in this game as well. For any players that have actually played Fallout games before, you knew how weird it was that Brotherhood wasn't actually in the game. But it's nice to see that they are, and like I said, they've added the NPCs. That is a massive thing for this game. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. I've been a monk, been a Critically Coolest. If you've enjoyed this overview of this game, or if you've enjoyed what I've been showing you, then give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on more videos just like this. And of course, put your thoughts down in the comments if you've played Fallout 76 before. It's been out for quite a while now, so you probably have seen it around or played it. If you have, let me know of your initial thoughts of this game, and if you've actually played it since the gradual overhaul of the game, and what it is like now. Let me know, and I'll do my very best to make sure I get back to every single one of you guys. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you in the next video.